Decoded.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Book Decoded. Sometimes I think about how amazing it would be if we could all just, feel younger and stronger for way longer.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Exactly. And guess what? We found this awesome book, and it's packed with secrets to a more vibrant and longer life. It's called Life Force, and it's by Tony Robbins, Peter Diamandis, and Robert Hariri.
That's right. And this book is like a guide to the future of health and longevity. It's not just theory. It's full of actionable stuff you can actually use.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, actionable how? Well, Life Force lays out this 7-step plan, and we're going to break it down for you today, step by step.
Yeah, so step 1 is all about deciding what you really want for your physical health. Like, what are your goals? Do you want more energy, more vitality? Do you want to feel like you can conquer anything?
And it's not just about dreaming big. It's about getting real with where you are right now. So the book talks about the importance of testing. Not just your average checkup, but some pretty high-tech stuff.
Right, like testing for things like toxic metals, which you might not even realize are affecting your energy levels, and also getting your hormones checked, because those can play a huge role in how you feel overall.
Oh, and there's this test called the DREAL test, which can actually detect multiple types of cancer early on. And you can even do it from home.
That's insane. I mean, talk about being proactive. The book also mentions full-body MRIs and CCTA tests, which is a coronary CT angiogram. These give you a super detailed look inside your body and can catch potential problems before they become serious.
Right, and they even talk about Alzheimer's testing, not just to see if you're genetically predisposed, but also to understand the lifestyle factors that might increase your risk.
Oh, yeah, I remember Tony Robbins talks about how he got his biological age tested. And even though he was 62 chronologically, his biological age was only 51.
11 years younger. That's wild. It really makes you think about how much control we might have over the aging process.
And that's what's so cool about this book. It's not just doom and gloom about getting older. It's about taking control of your health and using all these new tools to actually improve it.
Right, so step 2 is called Review Your Education. And it basically means, okay, you've read the book. Now it's time to figure out what resonates with you and what you want to try.
Yeah, like, okay, so you learned about stem cell therapies. Are you interested in those? What about Dr. Sinclair's 4 vitality ingredients and NMN? Have you ever heard of that? That's a whole other rabbit hole.
Then there's this emerging tech called the Want Pathway, which might revolutionize how we treat osteoarthritis. So cool. And don't forget the importance of spreading the word. The book talks about the big 6 diseases, which are heart disease, diabetes and obesity, stroke, cancer, autoimmune disease, and Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it's about having these conversations with your loved ones. Sharing knowledge is power, right?
Oh, and get this. They even talk about gene therapy and CRISPR, which could potentially cure diseases at the genetic level. And that focused ultrasound thing. Apparently, it can help with Parkinson's and even addiction without any surgery.
It's truly wild. I mean, this book is like a sneak peek into the future of medicine.
I know, and the authors are like, hey, make your own checklist of the things you want to dive deeper into, because Life Force is designed to be a resource you can keep coming back to.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's move on to step 3. This is where we get into the good stuff. Maximizing energy and regeneration. The book calls it your vitality pharmacy.
Now, I know you're thinking, a pharmacy. But it's not about popping pills. It's about using a combination of therapies and lifestyle changes to boost your energy, strength, and recovery.
Exactly. And hormone optimization therapy, or HOT, is a big one. This involves getting your hormones tested and then, if needed, using bioidentical hormones to rebalance things.
That's super interesting. And then there are peptides, which are basically tiny proteins that can do some pretty amazing things in the body. They're still being researched, but some people are seeing great results.
The book also talks about pharmaceutical-grade supplements. These aren't your average drugstore vitamins. They're specially formulated to be more potent and bioavailable.
And for a real energy boost, they discuss NAD3 and other NMN-like products. This stuff is all about supporting cellular energy production. It's like giving your cells a power upgrade.
Step 4 is all about sleep and pain management. I mean, those two things can make or break your quality of life, right?
Totally. And the book doesn't mess around when it comes to sleep. They recommend aiming for 7 hours a night and even suggest using wearable devices to track your sleep stages and see how you can improve your sleep quality.
And for pain, there are so many new tools out there. They talk about PEMF, which uses electromagnetic pulses to reduce pain and inflammation. And there are specific techniques like the back arch exercise that can really help with back pain.
Okay, so on to step 5. This is where we get to design our maximum longevity lifestyle. It's all about making those small, sustainable changes that add up over time.
Like eating more live whole foods and cutting back on sugar. They even suggest a short cleanse every now and then just to hit the reset button on your system.
Oh, and they have some pretty interesting advice on calorie restriction. They say even cutting just 300 calories a day can make a big difference in the long run. It's like skipping one bagel.
They also talk about some new FDA-approved tools for appetite control like Plenity and Wegovy. And they have a whole section on managing pre-diabetes and diabetes, which is super important.
And don't forget about hydration. They say to drink half your body weight in ounces of water per day. And be mindful of your caffeine intake, too.
Right. And they emphasize the power of simple breathing exercises to calm the nervous system, like the 1-4-2 pattern. Have you tried that one?
I haven't, but I'm going to look it up.
Ah.
They also talk about setting up your kitchen environment to make healthy choices easier, and even using heat and cold exposure strategically to boost your health.
Okay, so step 6 is all about movement. They make a really compelling case for how exercise can drastically reduce your risk of so many diseases.
Yeah, they even have some suggestions for people who are super busy,
Yeah.
like 10-minute weekly workouts with a system called OsteoStrong. It's designed to build bone density and strength.
Oh, and there's this guy, Billy Beck III, who offers a free personalized fitness plan online. And if you're into tech, they even talk about VR workouts.
VR workouts, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so last but not least, step 7, take control of your mind.
Because it's all connected, right? Your mental and emotional state has a huge impact on your physical health.
Totally. They talk about this daily practice called priming, where you basically spend a few minutes each morning setting your intentions for the day.
There's also EFT or tapping, which is a technique for releasing negative emotions. And they even mention a specific injection that's being used to treat severe PTSD in veterans.
Wow. And fundamentally, the book emphasizes the importance of cultivating awareness. It's about recognizing your thoughts and not letting fear control you, and learning to manage your emotional responses with tools like the 90-second rule.
So there you have it, folks. The 7 steps to a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life, according to LifeForce.
We know it's a lot to take in, but remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Pick 1 or 2 steps that resonate with you and start there. And don't forget, the authors are constantly updating their website, lifeforce.com, with new information.
The book also has this really interesting section on the rising cost of health insurance. Apparently, some companies are switching to self-insuring to save money.
Yeah, and they talk about this platform called Fountain Health Insurance, which is pretty revolutionary. They offer advanced screenings like whole-body MRIs with AI, and clearly coronary CT angiography with AI, genetic testing, epigenetic testing, advanced blood testing, DSA scans, and the Drail blood test, all aimed at catching potential problems early on.
Right. The idea is that by investing in early detection, they can actually lower healthcare costs in the long run and keep employees healthier.
Pretty amazing, right? So what do you think? Which of these 7 steps are you most excited about? And what's one piece of information from LifeForce that you think could really make a difference in your life or the life of someone you care about? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Book Decoded. See you next time.